Is an entrepreneur, an author, and a fitness guru from the great state of Washington, and he lives and resides outside of Seattle in a town, what was it, Bellevue?
Bellevue, Washington, yeah.
Bellevue, Washington, that's right. And Dane, if Frankie's mic needs a little more, just let me know. You won't be able to see this. It sounds good? Thank you. But this is just a shot here of Frankie competing at one of his last bodybuilding events. He's a Masters champion, meaning over 50 in powerlifting and in bodybuilding. Frankie has books out and he has products out. I'm just flashing these up. I know you can't read them, but everything about him you will find on www.frankierongo.com, and also he's a drummer too. I'm sure that some of you saw from Spike, who said that he happens to be a serious drummer, and yes he is. Frankie plays in a heavy metal band called Nightshade, and they pop out some CDs periodically and have the pleasure to go and hang and tour and do big shows, festivals out in Europe. So with that said, so Frankie, I see that you dated Jerry before. Why don't you tell us a little about that? For anyone who knows the Seinfeld lines, you know that's like one of my favorite pieces. One like Kramer's has the whole Merv Griffin set.
Well, I'll let you know about that. But if we're going to be on this set, you clean it up, mister.
That's right. That's actually the line that he comes back with. Try to give everybody a quick synopsis of what you do and why.
Okay. Well, I work full-time as a personal trainer, and what I try to incorporate to all my clients out there is just lifestyle approach, gang. You gotta have a lifestyle approach. Nothing works for 2 or 3 weeks or 2 or 3 months. You don't want to get in shape for a couple of days. You don't want to go on a diet for a couple of weeks. You gotta learn to accept a new lifestyle. Okay, so you know, that encompasses 3 things. You got to think about your food or your nutrition, number 1. You also want to think about your weight training or your strength training to gain lean mass at any age, and it's the most important thing that anyone, male or female, can do after the age of 25, because you start losing it at a couple percentage points each year beyond that. So you need to counteract that, and then you need to do something for your cardiovascular or your aerobic health. You know, to keep that aspect of your body in shape. If you can find a balance to work all 3 of those components, you'll see 10 years go by where your body not only looks just as good, will probably improve. But you know, it takes a lifestyle. There's no quick fixes. You've got to do the work. I spent a lifetime trying to figure out the easiest way, because I'm Italian and from New Jersey, so you know, if anyone tells me I can't eat my mother's meatballs anymore, or lasagna or anything like that, you know, that's not going to work. And it's not going to work for most people. But what you have to learn about is portion control. That's part of the lifestyle. You can eat that stuff, but you can't overeat it. You can't overeat anything. You can even overeat good stuff if you eat too much.
Well, that's why Frankie always talk about like this, right?
Right. You know, an easy way to gauge your portion control is never eat more than 1 or 2 handfuls of food, or 2 handfuls the most. If you do that, just eat 2 handfuls, you're not going to be eating that many calories every day. It's going to be at a very moderate number, somewhere between 1,500 and 2,500 calories a day, which is real good for most people. Now you put on top of that the exercise on top of that, then people start to get what you call a negative calorie balance, where you're burning more than you're taking in. If that's the case, you're going to lose weight or body fat. But you need to be exercising, and you need to be eating X amount of calories a day. Now, the easiest way, once again, to gauge your calories without having to weigh or measure anything, because no one's going to do that too long. It's too annoying to do that. Eating is like breathing. You know, imagine every time you had to breathe, you had to think about it. Okay, I'm going to take a breath, but let me check and see my schedule. I'm allowed 1 breath between 1:45 and 2 o'clock. So it's got to be a natural thing like this. And food has to be the same way. I mean, people have to be able to sit down and know how much they can eat regardless of what's in front of them. They have to know how to shop to buy what to eat. I mean, so that's where your victory is, not in weighing and measuring food. Yeah. You just need to be able to sit down and say, all right, I'm going to have a little bit of this food. Not too much. Why? Because if you eat every 2 to 3 hours, you never have to overeat at any one point.
But this is why that you know, always preach and say that don't like call it a diet per se.
No.
It's a lifestyle
It's a
change. You
lifestyle.
really have to change.